If you are in the process of starting a health and fitness journey, this video is gonna be for you. I was answering questions on Instagram recently, and I came across this one, which says, I wanna get my health together. I've tried and tried to clean up my nutrition and start an exercise routine, but I always fall off the wagon. Can you help? First of all, such a relatable question. I'm sure we've all been at a point with our lives where we're feeling a little frustrated, we're feeling a little puffy, we're not feeling super great about our health, and we wanna take action. And second of all, yes, I can absolutely help. My name is Dr. Karin Nordin, and I have a PhD focused on behavior change. I started this company, Body Brain Alliance, as a way to bring the science I learned in school, the stuff that's really working for people, and actually bring it to the masses and to people like you. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see weekly videos that are going to help you in that life-changing process that you're trying to go through right now. But I'm not just an expert. I've also been where you are. 6 or 7 years ago, I was in grad school. I had never set foot in the gym. I didn't understand basic nutrition, and I was just feeling really, really rough about my current body, fitness, and health in general. This video is really going to be 3 pieces of advice I would give to myself now, 6 years into a health and fitness journey later, having gained a ton of muscle, having totally changed my habits, and having learned the science of behavior change. This is what I would tell myself, and this is the advice I'm gonna give you too. The first thing that I would do if I was starting a health and fitness journey is actually something that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't try to start everything at once. The advice given about how to change your health and fitness seems really simple at first. Oh, just move more and eat better. But when you actually look at that piece of advice from a science-based behavior change perspective, you'll quickly notice that eat better and move more is actually hundreds of behaviors that need to change in your life. It requires disruptions in your routine. It even requires shifts in your identity. And all of that stuff is not simple or easy. Here's the thing. Your brain is designed to keep you safe and hold the status quo. So if you try to change too much at one time, your brain is going to think something's going wrong. Your brain is going to think you are in danger. And so then it will just drive you back to those previous behaviors. Poof, off the wagon. And instead, I'd encourage you to think about 2 to 3 tiny, tiny things that you can focus on. And that brings me to point number 2. Focus on behaviors that will lead you to an immediate sense of satisfaction or sense of some kind of progress. Now, don't get me wrong. It's true that progress takes time. If you want to lose weight, for example, you're not going to drop 15 pounds overnight. But when choosing habits, I would really recommend you focus on something that is really simple and is going to immediately make you feel just that much healthier, just by doing the one single action. 2 of the behaviors I recommend starting with if you need something really concrete is number 1, drinking more water, and number 2, incorporating more walks in your day. Walking and drinking water are easy, free, and are some of the most accessible health behaviors out there. But when you're doing these health behaviors, I want you to approach them a little differently than you normally would. What I want you to do is start focusing on noticing, naming, and even increasing the enjoyment or sense of satisfaction you feel from doing those specific things. For example, get some fancy ice and put it in your water. Or when you go for a walk, listen to that favorite comedy podcast that you love. Research indicates that people who keep behaviors going most of the time are able to keep those behaviors going because they have a sense of intrinsic motivation. They actually have enjoyment and satisfaction from doing those behaviors. What people get wrong though is that they think, oh, well, I don't enjoy drinking water or I don't enjoy going for walks. Enjoyment is something that can be cultivated. If you even notice 1% enjoyment and you focus on that, that feeling will amplify. And over and over and over again, especially in the beginning, it's so important to notice and amplify that joy. So you become not only a person who goes for walks, but a person who loves going for walks, a person who craves walks, a person who naturally incorporates walks throughout their day because it's just who they are. Now, you might have noticed I've been using the word behavior instead of the word habit, and that is intentional. Tip number 3 I have for you today that I would tell my formal self is don't get so hyper-focused on the idea of consistency. This advice is gonna be contradictory to most of the stuff you've probably heard on the internet before, which is gonna tell you to pick one or two things and just focus on being consistent with those things. Here's why I don't encourage you to focus on consistency. For the past couple of years, I've worked one-on-one with a ton of people who want to actually start a health and fitness journey and stick to it. And there's a pattern that I've noticed. For a lot of my clients, focusing on getting consistent or building habits results in an all or nothing mentality, where they think they have to do that behavior every single day. And if that behavior doesn't happen every single day, that equals failure. Now, we obviously want to address that all or nothing thinking eventually. But in the beginning, when you're just getting started, one of the things that we found works for a ton of our clients is focusing on increasing frequency instead. Basically, you're just gonna focus on doing that behavior more often than you did it before, but not necessarily making a huge deal of whether or not you're gonna do it every single day. So I'd love for you to try it out. If you are on a health and fitness journey, for the next 2 weeks, I just want you to focus on 2 tiny things. Drink more water and go for more walks. If you're in for this challenge, let me know in the comments below. And if there's one other thing that you want to add to your roster, something that feels personal, healthy, and gives you an immediate sense of satisfaction, I'd love to hear that in the comments too. And if you're telling me, okay, Karin, this is great, but I'm not starting a health and fitness journey for the first time, I've kind of been in a funk and I'm trying to get back into it, make sure to check out my previous video, which is all about how to get out of a funk and sort of reset yourself to get back on track. And as always, if you're interested in working one-on-one with a behavior change expert, someone who can help you actually make changes in your life that are sustainable and hold you accountable to sticking to them, I'll put the link below to apply for Alliance Coaching. We work with tons of people who are on health and fitness journeys. We actually have 2 coaches who are certified nutrition coaches and can really help you with that aspect of it. And so I'd highly encourage you to at least peek at the sales page and check it out. That's all I've got for today. I will see you in the next video. Why do I always do a dance party at the end?